The best way you can support me is with a simple subscribe. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this. You know what? Tell y'all the honest truth about something. A Breakfast Club interview happened this morning with Yo Gotti, and most of the interview was about young Dolph, right? And when I heard Gotti say, I was scared, I thought about not even doing interviews because of that. I thought about something. I really did. I thought to myself, yo, for another artist to say, yo, I don't even want to do interviews because I want to talk about this shit, that's something serious. So then Charlamagne asked a question, and I've thought this from day one. I've told this to countless people. I don't know Tupac. Never met the guy. Never met Tupac. Bear with me here. I never met Tupac. Seemed like a very creative person. When I watched the movie, and maybe this was the movie, right? But when I watched the movie and I hear other things, I thought, man, this dude was as crazy as they come. He was as ambitious as they come. And he might not have been the best person. And again, I don't know him. I'm not talking bad on him or anything. But some of the stories you hear, maybe he wasn't the best person. Or maybe his mouth could get him in trouble. I know a lot of people that mouths could get him in trouble, right? Charlamagne asked Gotti this question. He was like, I'm scared what happened with Tupac and Biggie is how this situation is playing out. What do you mean by that? Biggie was very passive aggressive when talking about Tupac in the midst of their beef. Never really said anything bad about Pac per se in interviews like that. Never really just knocked him in interviews. While Pac was on the other side, running his mouth, going crazy. And I won't compare, I'm not gonna just flat out compare people to people, but I will say this Pac, the Gotti and Dolph situation does have a Biggie and Pac feel to it, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Because Dolph's personality is so, I love it. I love him who he is. But sometimes I don't love it. It's like, yo, he's the rapper who you gonna know he's independent. You gonna feel it. And I'm so happy the brother's having success. I am so happy for him. I remember when me and him did an interview around Preach Bubbling. I was so happy for that brother and his success. So happy. And he told me all this stuff was gonna happen. And to see it happen, that's a beautiful thing to see. And I know he's moving around and he's made some diss records. And it has a Pac-like, the way he moves around is Pac-like. Got shot at, got shot, got out of, you know what I mean, got out of the hospital, went back at it, then Pac died. And that's what scares me. I don't want to see Dolph die. I don't want to see anybody die. And I just wish these brothers could sit down and talk about it. Whatever it is, I just wish they could talk about it. And on the other side of it, I don't want to see Gotti be the passive aggressive guy and something happened to him, even though how passive aggressive he was. The reality situation is Biggie is no longer here either. Biggie's dead as well. Because these two artists are not as big as a Biggie or Pac, it's not as big a story. But if somebody gets killed over this mess, it now becomes that. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for somebody to step in and end this. But I will say this, man. I know my videos reach a lot of people. People ask me, why do you consistently do stories like this? Because what our culture gets off on, and I don't want to get preachy here. Y'all got the message. If y'all want to leave the video, leave it. But right now, it's some game from TALIAFERRO. What I see in our culture is we don't get off on positive energy. So I studied this stuff. Literally, I was at ESPN. I was studying what gets the most clicks. My own stuff. I was studying what gets the most clicks. Beef and hatred is what sells. So I still continue to talk about these stories because they're going to do views, but not because I'm putting more negative energy in the atmosphere. I always spin this into a positive light. That's always what I'm trying to do on everything I talk about. I talk about a lot of negative shit. If you go through my videos, you'll probably see so-and-so this, so-and-so this, that, on probably 65, 70% of the videos. But when you watch the videos, don't consider me a headline nigga. You gotta watch my content. If you really listen to what I'm saying, I'm not promoting beef at all. I'm actually doing the opposite, right? We might joke about some stuff from time to time, but I don't think there's anything funny about a man getting shot and almost dying. I don't care where he got hit at. I don't think there's funny. And I'm gonna tell you something further than that. I don't see anything funny about two artists in my city that I'm from. The biggest rappers, to me, with Yo Gotti being number 1 and Dolph being number 2, to me, again, Juicy counts, but Juicy's not in the city like that right now, I don't believe. The biggest rappers with the pull and the platforms to put multiple rappers on. Do you hear what I'm saying? So let's talk about it. If Yo Gotti or Dolph get popped and they're not here anymore, and God forbid this ever happen, think about what we're losing. You're losing the two people. There is no gain by taking them off this earth. And that goes for anybody in that situation. And I'm 23. I shouldn't be talking to 35, 40-year-old niggas. What is the gain? You didn't like that person? And this could go for your situation. You didn't like that person? You didn't like them enough, you had to take away something that you didn't do? You didn't put that person on this earth. You're not trying to take that away from what somebody else created? What is the gain from that? It's a cycle. I promise you, this is a cycle. Yo Gotti puts on Moneybagg and Youngsta. Let's say he doesn't put on any more artists. Moneybagg and Youngsta, I've explained this before. Now Youngsta can go sign artists. He got the youngin that he signed. And look at Moneybagg. He can go put his young team on. We keep this cycle going. That's why when you hear the Jays and the Rock Nations, that's why their brands are so powerful. Pretty much every artist is tied to Jay-Z in the last 20, 25 years some kind of way. Pretty much every artist that has a record. Go look at it. Go do the family tree. Because Jay, he helped carry Kanye's legacy and stamp him. Ye's created good music, which has stamped a lot of artists. The Big Sean, the Titties, 2 Chainz. Come on now, the list can go on. And some of these artists had their own thing moving. But there's nothing is wrong with getting help. I promise you, if Charlamagne calls me tomorrow, I know you got a lot of producing going on. If Terrence J or Steve Harvey calls me tomorrow, I'm going to listen. Do I want to be better than them one day as a reporter and a journalist? Yes. But I will take phone calls from them because they're the ones in the positions. We don't win when we kill each other. Yo, how many times does somebody have to say this? We don't win like that. And that go for Gotti and Dolph. I'm not trying to pick sides or nothing. Yo, we don't win like this. So if it's rap and y'all want to beat for the King of Memphis spot, if that's what it is, I'm fine with that. Put it in the music. I don't think it got to get personal. Take his shots. We good. Nobody got to get hurt over that. Nobody got to get hurt over that. That's rap. I get it. Rap's a sport. It's comeback. I get it. But all this other shit, yo, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Not at all. And we don't win like that. And look at Dolph. Look what he has going. Key Glock. This is the artist that everybody's telling me about. He's like a replica of Dolph from that arrogance with the money. And I like it. I like all that. Sometimes I want to hear people talk that stuff. I like that. Look at what he's doing with Paper Route. Now, Dolph's more or less building artists from the ground up. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. He's building artists. Gotti's more or less when you get to a certain position, I got a movement that can help you. Dolph's building artists. I love what he's doing with Key Glock and Jay Fizzle. I like both of those. I like that. Now Fizzle and Key Glock. Yo, we can keep this cycle going with positive energy. In rap. Rap's such a young sport. I don't think we understand how young rap is and how all this is new to us. We're creating people who are getting generational wealth. And I'm siding with that over anything else. Stop the bullshit. We can make some things happen here And the reason I come with stuff like this is because I don't want to be the guy that sat around and laughed and made videos and gained from this and not kept it all the way honest. Yo, this shit can end. We can stop this. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I know there's a street code to a lot of this shit, but yo, it's just not beneficial for the people. I go by the name of Mr. Taliaferro. You're currently tuning to Mr. Taliaferro TV. If you like this video, thank you for the time and support. I don't take it for granted. Subscribe to my channel. I'm out.
What's going on is yours truly, Mr. Taliaferro. And if you enjoyed this latest video, whether it's sports, hip-hop, or other culture-related activities, please subscribe to my channel right now. And if you want more from Taliaferro, you can always subscribe to the React channel for more of your latest reactions and music and sports highlights.